Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list, and here's my top 10 personal favorite Denzel Washington movies. Yes, I love Denzel Washington. He's one of my favorite actors of all time, and I really, again, like a lot of actors lists, I had to think about what my favorites are, because I realized Denzel Washington has a freaking amazing filmography. Like, there are so many just amazing Denzel Washington movies. Even the Denzel Washington movies I don't put on my honorable mentions, I still love them. Like, almost every movie he's in, he's good. Even his bad-ish movies, he's still amazing. And like, it was really hard to pick a top 10 list of his best movies because I love Denzel Washington. I love him as an actor. I'm glad he got the Generation Award at the Golden Globes. And to celebrate that, here's my top 10 personal favorite Denzel Washington movies. And of course, before our top 10 list, you have to have your honorable mentions. And my honorable mentions for Denzel Washington's movies are The Equalizer, The Great Debaters, Unstoppable, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, Antoine Fisher, Flight, and Remember the Titans. All amazing movies. Just couldn't make the top 10 list, but what did make my top 10 was my number 10. And my number 10 is Philadelphia. Yes, this is Tom Hanks' movie because he gives the best performance. He is the lead performance, and he won the best actor in the movie, but Denzel Washington still holds his own in this movie as Tom Hanks' lawyer, who's defending Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks is a homosexual, and he's dying of AIDS, and basically he's suing his company for basically gay rights, because their company fired him because he was a homosexual, and he's trying to fight for what's rightfully his. And Denzel Washington, at first you think he's kind of unlikable, because he's kind of afraid of Tom Hanks, because he has AIDS, and he doesn't want to be contaminated and everything, but they grow a really good friendship in the movie, and Denzel Washington has probably the best character arc in the film, and he is very good in this movie, and some of the speeches he gives in these courtroom scenes is very well done. Like, I'm surprised he didn't get a lead actor nomination with Tom Hanks or supporting actor. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he held his own with Tom Hanks, and I love this movie, Philadelphia. It's a personal favorite of mine, so I had to put it on the top 10 list. It's so good. Coming number 9 is Courage Under Fire. Yes, a very overlooked Denzel movie because a lot of people don't know this movie. Like, I've mentioned this movie with another movie called A Soldier's Story and He Got Game. Like, these are Denzel movies that I find very overlooked and no one sees them. Those two movies are also very good, but this is an overlooked Denzel movie that I personally love. I love this movie. Courage Under Fire is Denzel just at its finest. Like, well, he's always at his finest. Every movie he's in, he's amazing, but I loved him in this movie as this soldier, and this just goes into real depths about the horrors of war and everything. It's got a really good supporting cast. Like, Matt Damon is very good in this movie, and Meg Ryan. They all break it in this movie. But Denzel, of course, is the show stealer in this movie, and there's some really graphic war images in this movie, and it's just done very well directed, very well written, and Denzel Washington is just fantastic. Very overlooked Denzel Washington movie. If you've not seen Courage Under Fire yet, please check it out. It's fantastic. I think it's on Netflix, so check it out. Coming number 8 is Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide is a Tony Scott movie, and again, Denzel Washington plays in this with Gene Hackman, a very A-list, top-notch actor. And again, he holds his own with these big actors because Gene Hackman is fantastic in this movie. This is a submarine movie, and basically a message is in this movie. They're about to receive a message, but the message isn't done yet. Like, their machines break and they don't know what the ending of the message is. It's either that the war is over or the war is just beginning, and they don't know whether to bomb this country or head back home. And they have no idea, but Gene Hackman has the theory, Denzel has a theory, and everyone, the crew, is like taking sides, and it's just a great movie, a great character study, and like, I love these characters. They're very fleshed out, three-dimensional, fantastic characters. Like, they have a great supporting cast in this movie as well. James Gandolfini's in this movie, and it's very well acted, very well directed. And you almost get the claustrophobic feel because they're in a submarine, and it's one of my all-time favorite submarine movies. Like, Crimson Tide is right up there with Hunt for Red October. I love both those movies, and this movie just has Denzel, and it's fantastic. Coming number 7 is American Gangster. Yes, once again, holding himself on with a big actor, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is very good in this movie, but Denzel, he's the show stealer in this movie as the gangster, Frank Lucas, who is the first African-American gangster. And again, he's amazing in this movie. I love the story of this movie. Not Tony Scott, but Ridley Scott directed this movie. Phenomenal direction, very well executed. A very interesting story about Frank Lucas and about the cop Richie who's trying to catch Frank Lucas. And it's a very well-told story, very well written. Again, killer supporting cast. Got Common, Cuba Gooding Jr., and another bunch of actors, Josh Brolin. They're all fantastic in this movie. John Hawkes again. This is just a very well written movie, very well directed movie, and I love Denzel. Denzel just shines in this movie, and it's fantastic. American Gangster, love it. Coming number 6 is The Manchurian Candidate. This is not as good as the original Manchurian Candidate with Lawrence Harvey, Frank Sinatra, and Janet Leigh. That's a great movie. That's one of the best movies of all time, but this is a very good remake. Denzel steals the movie. I love Liev Schreiber and Meryl Streep in the movie, but Denzel steals this movie. He is fantastic in this movie. He's so good. I love the conspiracy of this movie. I love the theories of this movie. I love how just downright tragic and messed up it is, but it's just so well done. I love Denzel, and I love the movie. Manchurian Candidate, not as good as the original, but still a phenomenal movie. Coming number 5 is Malcolm X. Yes, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. I love Denzel in this movie. This movie is just brilliant because Denzel as Malcolm X is fantastic. Most movies are just like, yes, fuck yeah, go Denzel. He just steals this movie. He's so freaking good in this movie. I don't know what I'm doing with. I don't know what this is, but yeah. Okay. Anyways, Denzel is so good in this movie. I love this movie. It's very long. It's like 3.5 hours, especially if you buy the director's cut. It's so freaking long. This is a great Spike Lee movie. I know, despite what you think of Spike Lee, he makes some great movies, whether it's Do the Right Thing or Malcolm X. This is a phenomenal movie about one of the greatest historic icons out there, Malcolm X himself, and what other actor could you have gotten to play this character? Denzel was a perfect choice. He's fantastic. One of the best Denzel movies, and one of the best Denzel performances. Love Malcolm X. Coming number 4 is Inside Man. Yes, this is another actually Spike Lee movie, and it's a bank robbing movie, and Clive Owen is in this movie. He's a bank robber. Basically, he's got all these hostages in this bank, and Denzel Washington is a police officer negotiating with Clive Owen to, get them out and everything. And Jodie Foster, Christopher Plummer, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Willem Dafoe, they're all co-starring in this movie. Such a good movie. I love this great cat-mouse game. I love cat-mouse movies, whether it's The Prestige, or Rush, or Heat. And Inside Man, this is just such a well-done movie. Again, the performances just shine in this movie. Clive Owen is great as this anti-villain or something. You think he's the bad guy, but he's actually more of a good guy than a lot of the actual good guys in this movie. You can see why he's robbing this bank, and the conversations Clive Owen and Denzel Washington have with each other is just so interesting. I love Denzel in this movie. He's so good as the hero cop trying to help. You can tell he's a police officer that actually wants to help people. He's just a genuinely nice guy in this movie, and he just plays it so freaking well. It's a very clever, very smart bank robbing movie, and if you love movies about cat-mouse games and bank robbing stuff, you'll love this movie. Inside Man is a personal favorite of mine. I love this movie. Coming number 3 is The Hurricane. Yes, this movie is just downright tragic. This movie almost makes me bawl. It is sad. It is very sad, and when you know the story of this movie, it just eats you up. It is just so downright tragic and emotional. And Denzel, he should have gotten an Oscar for this movie. I know he's gotten a few Oscars for other movies. He really should have got it for this movie. He is absolutely phenomenal in this movie. I loved him in this movie. As this boxer, and just the stuff he goes through when he goes to prison and everything for a crime he didn't do, it's just, oh my god, it's so sad. It's a brilliant movie, well directed, well written, and Denzel is truly amazing in this movie. Just check The Hurricane out if you've not seen it. It's so good. Coming number 2 is Much Ado About Nothing. Yes, Denzel's in this movie. I know it's a Kenneth Branagh movie because it stars Kenneth Branagh, it's directed by Kenneth Branagh, it's a Shakespeare play. I love Shakespeare. I had to put this on this list because Much Ado About Nothing is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time, and Denzel is a big character in this movie as, what is it, Don Pedro? I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. He's the Don in this movie, he's the king in this movie, and his brother is Keanu Reeves, Don John, and basically, the story of this movie is a bunch of romances, and it's almost like a comedy. It's a comedy Shakespeare play, and there's a side story of a character named Benedict who's trying to fall in love with a girl named Patrice, who he actually, slept with a long time ago. He's trying to get back together with her, and it's also about Denzel Washington and his right-hand man is about to get married, but his brother is trying to ruin the marriage. He's trying to, ruin everything, try to get them to kill the girl and everything, and Denzel is, again, he's a supporting character, but he still holds his own. And it's weird to see Denzel do a Shakespeare movie, but he does it rather well, and he can be rather delightful and really funny. He's very funny in this movie, and he plays a very likable and just a very, logical character. Like I know some people don't like his character. I really like him. I think he's good. It's the character Claudio. I don't like Claudio. I find the character Claudio a little bit, a little whiny, and I think he judges too much. I don't think he's a very logical character. Denzel's character is more logical, and I enjoy his character, and I enjoy his performance. And the reason this is number 2 is because I love this movie as a whole, but Denzel holds his own with all these great actors who can do Shakespeare movies, but hey, Denzel can do Shakespeare too. It's awesome. Much ado, nothing, great movie. And my number 1 favorite Denzel Washington movie is a tie between Training Day and Glory. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I could not choose a favorite. These two are my favorite Denzel movies because they're the best Denzel movies. Movies are just so freaking good. Glory is amazing. Like, when I was looking at this Denzel list, it almost reminded me of my best movies of 2015. I think in 2015, I thought The Martian was the best movie of 2015, but Star Wars was my favorite. This is almost like Denzel. My favorite Denzel movie is Training Day, but the best Denzel movie is Glory. That is the better movie, and that is the best performance Denzel has given in any movie. So I just put them both at number 1 because I love both these movies. Glory is a fantastic war movie, directed by Edward Zwick. Edward Zwick, that's his best movie, and Denzel steals this movie. Matthew Broderick, Carrie Ellis, and Morgan Freeman are all amazing in that movie, but Denzel is just so freaking good, and that movie is very well done, very well crafted. The war scenes are just downright realistic. The ending is just makes me bawl, like, Jesus Christ. But Training Day is just a favorite. I've seen Training Day over 40 times. It is so freaking quotable. Come on. Motherfucker, you shot me in the ass. King Kong ain't got shit on me. You the wolf or you a sheep? I love him as the character Alonzo. He just brought that character to life. No other actor could have played that character. He won the Oscar for both of these movies, lead and supporting, and I loved him in both these movies. I cannot choose a number 1. I'm like, what do I like? I like Training Day. It's like a favorite of mine, but Glory is just so much. It's a better movie. So I just put them both at number 1. These two are the best Denzel movies I've ever watched, and they're my favorites. So yeah, that was my top 10 personal favorite Denzel Washington movies. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, comment below and let me know what is your favorite Denzel Washington movie. Give me your top 10s, comment below, and let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.